What's up, guys, and welcome back to Planet Coaster 2. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like on the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. I feel like I might have scared a couple of you with yesterday's upload of House Flipper. You might have thought that this series was over, especially because the last episode was titled Fun While It Lasted. I can assure you that is not the case. In fact, we are just getting started. But if you'd like to see an upload schedule for every week, I hope that you'd consider joining our Discord server. I always leave that linked down in the description. So in the previous episode, we did some smaller things, nothing all that exciting, but it was definitely stuff that needed done. And that's gonna kind of carry over into today's episode as well, but I promise that's not gonna be our main focus. I'm sure the title and the thumbnail probably gave it away already. But I've been reading your guys' comments, as I always do, and it seems like we're all in agreement that the pools need to be cheaper. Maybe then our guests will kind of come back to them. They're quite a bit emptier than they used to be. We do still have a couple of guests swimming around though, which is good to see. So our current pool pass price is $44.76, which is expensive, considering that's on top of, in addition to, the admission fee of $199. So I'm thinking we just lower this down to like 20 bones, and we'll kind of see how things go then. But something else that I noticed is our park rating is completely maxed out. We have 5 stars in every single category. So the park can't get any better. It could get worse though. So hopefully that doesn't happen at all. I had to share that because I was very surprised to learn about it. So to get us going today, actually I should show you something that I did off camera while I was trying to wake up for this recording. If I use my multi-select tool underneath all these cabanas over here, you'll notice that we've got curbs, which is the new barrier, basically. I had been told this after like episode 3, maybe even sooner than that, but I thought it was a misspelling in the comments. It's K-E-R-B, not C-U-R-B. So I was looking around in scenery for curbs, but I couldn't ever find them. Turns out they're misspelled, and apparently that's on purpose. Not really sure. So every single cabana that we have has a nice curb barrier just underneath of them, and that does seem to have sort of helped prevent our guests from clipping through them. They do still kind of do it on the corners. It's not perfect, but it's better than having a bunch of ghosts, a bunch of Danny Phantoms roaming around the park. Even these guys out here all have them. So we're looking quite a bit better in that regard. But what I want to do first today is add our staff zones, or I guess tweak our staff zones. We have a couple, but we obviously need more because these rides keep breaking down. Our coasters aren't really being serviced in a timely manner. So that's where we're going to start today. All that we have for zones right meow are the main entrance, zone 1 and zone 2. This does still look a little phallic. Actually, it's not even phallic. It's a dog bone. Relax. It's a dog bone. Don't worry about it. But I do want to kind of extend this out. Wait, is it creating a new zone? That's not what I wanted at all. We're going to extend zone 2 out just a little bit further. That seems good to me. And now if we edit zone 1, we're going to do the same thing on that side as well. We do have a path back here, and I'm thinking maybe that's why some of the mechanics haven't been servicing this specific cable car station. So maybe that'll help, maybe not. I guess time will tell. But that's it for editing on those 2 zones. Now we need to create some brand spanking new ones. It's just going to be named Zone 11 for right now, but I'll try to change that in a little while. So let's go with maybe red. Maybe red for this next one. And I'm just going to start painting. We're going to go up and around probably just this station. And maybe that extra power thing that we have out there. And we'll bring it just straight down. All the way down to right around here, I think. The nice part about this is we can always adjust them too if we really need to. Gotta make sure we don't have any dead zones either. So now we'll just fill all this in. We'll have an additional zone. I'm not gonna worry about the icons or anything like that just yet. But now that we have that one done, we need another on this side. And let's go with blue. Since we have a blue on the left, we'll have a blue on the right as well. And this one is going to encompass all these plants just because. It's not like they need to be serviced or maintained by any of our staff members. And this whole rectangle right here is going to be an additional zone. This one will mainly be for mechanics, but we'll have to put some janitors on it and maybe some entertainers as well. We got Sharky now, but he doesn't actually have a zone to patrol, so maybe this will help him out there. So, with those two done, we're going to do pretty much the same thing now to the opposite side, and that should be it. We can start applying some of our employees to these new areas. Let's find old Sharky boy first. We'll see what he's up to. Okay, he's kind of hanging out in the right area. Wait, we can't even do that from this screen. We've got to go back. They really do. It's so complicated. We have to click this, and now we can change his zone in this interface. So staff zone, we need him on zone 5, I think it was. Apply all day. There we go. And he's still got his scheduled break, so we're good there. And if we click on him again, it now says staff zone, zone 5, which is perfect. But we're gonna have to do the same thing now for most, if not all, of our employees, and it just takes so much time. I don't know why they decided to do it this way. I keep saying this, but I'm really hoping that update that we're supposed to get sometime this month kind of fixes all this stuff. It's too much clicking around for me. And like here, you can't tell which staff zone the employees are applied to. You know what? Let me try to show you guys why I don't like the way that it works at the moment. Again, hopefully they fix this with the next update. But it's too much clicking for me, and there's just no fast way to go about doing things. So for example, say we want to change some of the staff zones for our janitors here. We've got Christopher, so it's as easy as just changing this, right, to staff zone, I don't know, staff zone 1 for right now, since he's at the top. We'll confirm that. It now shows if we go to somebody else and hover over it, zone 1. Perfect. Then we back out of this. Say we need to do something else, and then we come back. Our filter that we set up is gone. So now we have to set up our filter again, and it's just a lot. It's just a lot. So, like I said, there's no fast way to do this, so I'm going to spend a couple of minutes on it, and I will see you guys in just a sec.
Many minutes later.
Okay, I am nearly done. Let me tell you, the lifeguards and the ride attendants are definitely the worst ones to try to adjust. All I'm trying to do is make sure that their breaks are scheduled so that we don't have like 2 employees taking a break at the same time. You know, that's less than ideal. So for Lucas here, for example, the first thing, we need to find Lucas. He is attending to the green inner tube flume right here. So we go back to staff schedule. We have to remove the filter because we don't care about just seeing Lucas. We want to see all of them. Now we know that this slot right here is where we want him to take a break. But since his break used to be here, we have to reapply this location to him and then set our filter back up to ride attendants and continue working our way down the line here. It's not great. It's not great.
One eternity later.
It's finally done. Our guest experience just today wasn't super great, but we almost made $1 million yet again. I keep hearing a lot of disgruntled employees. I really don't know what they're huffing and puffing about. Splintery has an expired service badge. See, that stuff shouldn't be happening now. So I'm thinking maybe it's just going to take a little while since we've kind of... since we've kind of relocated pretty much all of our staff members, it's probably going to take a little while for them to make their way out to their new work zones. Now, I know that certain staff members don't really function properly at the moment when applied to a staff zone. So I might have just ruined everything, but I mean, that's the way that it's supposed to work, so we're gonna leave it. Still hearing a lot of disgruntled employee noises. Sorry, guys. You'll figure it out soon enough. Yo, look at this, though. It's not moving. Why is it not moving? Why are we not letting people on the ride? What has happened? Hello? We're good there. We have a ride attendant. We have a ride attendant here. We also have a ride attendant here. All the stations are open. Should I just close it for a sec and then pop her back open? It's very strange. Okay, our employee's going to leave, and they should come right back. It's the staff zones, isn't it? Wait! It's moving again. It's moving even though it wasn't, like, even though it didn't have an operator. My brain is mush now, just staring at the names of our employees in big lists and, oh, dude. I tell you what, that was not a fun experience, but like I said, hopefully that kind of fixes all the issues. We're back up and running. She is up and moving again. Are we letting guests in? We are. Great. Yeah, this is the first time I've seen a line forming at this station for the cable car. Anyways, now that we've finished with all the smaller, finer bits and things, I think it's about time we move on to the big project for today. And that is, of course, as the thumbnail and title probably suggested, a brand spanking new ride. So with this one, since I want to put it here, I just can't even speak anymore, dude. I want to put our new ride out here, but at a certain point, you know, we need to start transitioning sort of into the next theme. And right now, I don't really know what that next theme is going to be. However, I had this idea last night where I want to build a volcano. Since we're already kind of running low on time today, I'm going to find a volcano in the Frontier Workshop. And maybe we can kind of tweak it and make it work for our specific scenario. The game really hasn't been out for that long, but I'm surprised to see so many community creations in here already. So what I want is a volcano. And we're going to see if anyone's created one. Okay, I didn't want like a volcano park. I just want a volcano. Don't really want the pool as well. Somebody in here has to have made a decent looking volcano. This one's not bad, but it's got some shops inside of it. Let's see. That's perfect. That is perfect. Yo, Pixie87, big shouts out to you. Thank you so much. I am definitely going to subscribe to this, and then once it's finished downloading, I'm gonna tweak it a little bit. I can see it obviously has a ride inside of it and a whole queue going on in there. So we're just gonna get rid of that and maybe make some other changes. We'll see what we're left with.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
And here it is, ladies and gents. It turned out perfectly. Now, it didn't take me all that long to make the changes that I wanted to make to it, right? We had to delete some signage, the ride, the whole queue on the inside, but I added an additional sort of archway on the other side of the volcano, so now guests can walk through it. What did take the longest was the, what do they call this? Like scenery timer, event timer thing? I've got it up here. Yeah, event sequencer. Trying to apply that so we'd sort of get this erupting volcano type thing. It took a minute. So, first sequence, we just have some smoke. Thankfully, Pixie, the original creator of this, did already have that in. So, in just a few seconds, wait for it, it should start erupting in a fiery blaze. There it is, right on cue. And then the white smoke kind of dissipates, and we're just left with the fire. And then the fire will go out, it'll extinguish itself, and then the white smoke will come back. But I'm really happy with this, and it didn't take near as long as it would have if I, would have had to build the entire thing myself from scratch. So again, Pixie, whoever you are, you know who you are. Big shouts out to you. You were a big help today. So now that we have our volcano, this is the main sort of scenery piece that I wanted for this ride. I don't want to put a ride in it like Pixie had previously. I really just wanted it to basically function as a big archway, a little bit more creative archway for our path. So I don't know where it's going to be just yet. In fact, we should probably just move it on out of here, and we'll start working on this brand spanking new ride. I'm pretty excited for it. Since our guests don't seem to care about the water park aspect of Toogii Land anymore, we need a way to get our guests wet again.
Bruh.
That sounded really weird. Not what I meant. Definitely not what I meant. We're going to be creating a wide log flume today, though I suppose there are probably other alternatives in here. We have powered track rides. Dude, we've got so many research points. We can just spend them. We might as well. Oh, there we go. We have the original log flume. Unlock that, and it looks like that's gonna do it for our water-themed track rides. Let's go through this real quick. Like, we've got a train, go-karts. Future episode, potentially. I am a big fan of go-karts. So we could go with the narrow log flume or the wide one. Or we could do some river rapids. Nah, it's gotta be the wide log flume. It's just gotta, right? We've done the narrow one in the original game, so we might as well like experience something new. So this, for now, I think I'm just gonna put smack dab in the center here. And then, well, no, that's maybe a dumb idea, right? Because we need the guests to walk through the volcano. So maybe let's move the volcano back. Let's just drag this on out of the way temporarily. We'll move the volcano back around, you know, roughly where we think it should be. And then we can start building the station. I just want to make sure we have plenty of space. You know, it would really suck to finish this whole ride out and then realize we didn't leave enough room for the dang volcano, like the centerpiece of this ride. So I'm just gonna bring it in till it's a little bit closer to the path. That seems pretty good to me. Confirm that placement, and there we go. So this should probably be like right behind the volcano, I would think. All right, let's start editing this bad boy, shall we? I'm gonna try to leave this in pretty raw and uncut for the most part, though I'm probably not gonna have all that much to say about it, so I'll probably disappear occasionally, but I'll pop back in if I have something to chime in with. Don't they have... Oh, yeah, here we go. Like the sort of special track features and whatnot. A turntable would be kind of sick, though I don't really know how to use these at all. So this one just continues on straight, but it turns... How does... Whoa, wait a minute, what? We need this. We need... Screw the turntable, dude. This is way cooler. It's an elevator for the log. Never seen that before. Honestly, never seen that before. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really know what this is either. However, it could perform surprisingly well. You never know, right? So let's just sit back, enjoy the ride. Also, that whole thing about me leaving that in raw and uncut, it will remain raw and uncut, but it's probably going to be fast forwarded. It was a little boring. A little boring. Okay, camera did some weird stuff there. But here we go. We are on an elevator. Dude, that is crazy. Oh, what's going on? I'm noticing a bunch of weird stuff in the middle of the track as well. I'm not really sure what's going on there. But here's our first official drop, and it's a big one. Massive splash. Right around to another chain lift. No big drop over here, though. Just a nice subtle one into the turntable section. So I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to... Wow, this is very slow. I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to turn us around. We're gonna find out. Yeah, the camera doesn't love all these new track features. Okay. This is good. So now we're putting it in reverse Terry. We're gonna go down just a slight descent into another turntable that will hopefully put us the right way around again. Beautiful. Okay, that executed flawlessly. We're gonna go down a little bit here. This is probably the most boring section of it all. Any minute now, pulling back into the station. Now it's super weird. Super weird ride. But how did it perform? Oh yeah, can't open because we kind of don't have any paths just yet. What am I looking for here? Prestige? 919. That's not bad. Seems to be decently exciting, not too scary, and not all that nauseating. Dude, why is the Prestige so good? Do we... Oh, scenery bonus. Yeah, that'll do it. That will do it. What it really needs is more logs. A lot more logs. I mean, we've got this whole long section there at the end. How many could we have? Okay, it stops at 20. I mean, let's just do that, right? Why wouldn't we? We'll change that to full load. Don't block the station. We can leave that off. That's totally fine. Okay. I want to open it up, but obviously we're going to need a path first. So let's do that real quick, and then we'll see if anyone's interested. Also, the blue, I do want to do away with the blue. Doesn't really match the volcano aesthetic, so we'll be changing that momentarily as well. Wide log flume 1 doesn't have enough power to open. Yeah, that was a bit of an oversight, I'll be honest. So, how about we grab this guy? Oh, you can't just duplicate the generators for real? You're gonna make me go into facilities, custom facilities? Now we can get one. So let's slide this out here. We'll put it just along the path. Right there seems like a good enough spot for it. Before you say, Toogii, you didn't need another generator, you just needed another distributor. You're kind of right. However, even just with all these flat rides, our current power generation is subpar. So we do honestly need at least one more generator out here. We'll just leave those connected as their own sort of circuit. Now, it still says no power. Why? Why? I don't understand. Wait, what? It's moving? What do you mean no power, yet it's moving? I'm so confused by that. Yeah, there isn't a little like green square on the ride anywhere where it would receive power. What did I do wrong? There we go. We needed not one, but 2 generators for this thing to function. So we should be good now. I'm gonna move this trash can just because that's kind of bugging me. being in front of the generators like that. We should probably find a better hiding spot for those later on. And actually, we've got plenty of space in here. Maybe we just move them on in there. Let's do that. We're gonna have to like rewire a lot of the stuff, but that's okay. We've got time, right? We definitely need the logs to leave the station a bit sooner. So let's try like, here, I'll just click on it and we'll type it in. 30 seconds. Max wait, 45 seconds. Minimum interval, 20 seconds. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just putting in numbers. Hopefully that's better. Not really much better at all. I hate how this is like in the track. I could get rid of the track supports. I guess that would solve that problem. I don't know why it's doing that though. So by the time the first log comes back to the station, there's still all of these logs yet to be launched. So maybe 30 seconds isn't cutting it. Let's try 15 and 20 and 5. I don't know. Okay, new issue. We're having some sort of power cuts after it reaches the top of the elevator. It just resets. So power used 231. How much power do these produce? Okay. I'm gonna just get another one of those and maybe we'll be fine. Let's do that. Our one distributor is distributing 360 power units. So we should be fine now. Let's stop the test and restart the test. And while it's testing, we'll change the color of it. Because again, I don't really like the blue. It's just not really doing it for me. We could go with red for the base color. And then orangey. That didn't really change all that much. Maybe another orangey. Ooh, no, yellow on the inside, actually. Changed my mind. Orangey looks better. And then yellow for the supports. That seems kind of cool. The vehicle is green, though. Maybe we change that to anything else. We could go white. Could go white with it. Or like grayscale. You know, maybe we'll do a silver for the next one. Kind of a darker gray, Spanish gray, sure. And then dark gray. Nah, let's just go black on that. Seems good to me. What? What? Huh? Huh? Surely, if we just connect this to our other power grid system, it'll actually work? Maybe? Let's fast forward. It's so weird. It's right as soon as the first log gets to the top of the elevator. Right around this point. Maybe we need 4 power generators. I have it disconnected now from the rest of the series, right? So it's just should solely be powering this one ride. I think it's like, hang on. 480, is that what I saw? 480 units of power. That's our max capacity. Our first log is arriving to the top. Oh, I see the problem now. I don't know how I missed that before. Maybe you guys missed it as well. Basically, there's one platform for the elevator, right? You get one log on there. As soon as it reaches the top, the next log is already trying to board. There's no platform for it to land on. Let me fast forward just so we can all see that one mo again, as they say. So we will unfortunately have to dial back. Look at this. Unreal. How did I miss that? And then here comes the next one. Whoop. Straight into the ground. Yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem. We definitely can't have that happening. So we're gonna have to change our operations again. Let's go back to 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and 25 seconds. I don't know what the like minimum weight versus minimum interval. Any ideas? We'll also decrease the amount of trains to 10 instead of 20. And now, this time for sure. So it turns out power had nothing to do with it, but I do kind of like the way that all the generators in here look, so I'm probably gonna keep it anyways. And you know what, just for the sake of things, let's go ahead and connect it up to the other circuit, the other power circuit, just by doing that. Now they'll kind of share power. Let's check in on this again though, just make sure we didn't do anything terrible. Now it's got 491. More than enough. As soon as this one returns, there we go. We can open her on up. The prestige did go down after we added so many additional logs to the ride, but I'm curious to see if it's just gonna immediately be flooded by our guests. That's perfect. Now, as far as pricing goes, I know we didn't really talk about that. Because of the way that our admission pricing is set up. Where do I, oh, it's finances, duh. If we set it to bargain pricing, it's gonna be free. So they essentially pay for it upon entry, if that makes sense. Let's see how we're looking over here. Wait, prices went down. It also doesn't seem to make much of a difference now that we've decreased our pool pass pricing to $20. So let's just go ahead and change that to free 99 instead. $0.00. That should fix it. I mean, you would think. Who's gonna pass up a free pool, right? But here come our first group of guests. I am glad that we went with the wide log flume and not the narrow one, because I think this fits more people, does it not? Maybe it doesn't. I really don't know. But there they go. And they were never seen again. All right, ladies and gents, I've kind of had it with this recording for whatever reason. In my mind, things were gonna go a lot more smoothly than they have been. But on that note, that is where we're gonna wind things down at for today. Once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.